What is up, guys? Now, you may have remembered a while back where I made a video on the Quest 3, and that video briefly talked about the Quest 3S. And now that it has been several months since the Quest 3S is released and a new Xbox version coming out, I figured that it deserves its own video. So, today I'm going to be going over the MetaQuest 3S to figure out which is better, quality or price. We're going to be going over specs, impacts, gameplay, and a little comparison along the way with the Quest 3. So, without further ado, let's jump right in. Alright, here's the MetaQuest 3S. Let's unbox it, but I do want to say that this box is actually, well, if you compare it to the Quest 3, this box is actually quite bigger. The 3S, what you got in this box, man. And for an even better comparison, here's the Quest 1. Alright, enough of that. Let's get into the Quest 3. Alright, same style of box as appears as the regular Quest. Ooh, this one's a little bit different. Ooh, alright. Alright, let's see what we're working with. I assume this is the warranty stuff. Yeah, that's warranty stuff. We got the main piece right here. All right, here are the two Touch Plus controllers. These controllers are the exact same thing as the three controllers that came with the Quest 3. Exact same thing, Touch Plus controllers. Yeah, feel really solid. This is, I think, the glasses spacer. Yeah, glasses spacer. And here is the Quest 3S itself. Wow. Very bulky, very blocky. Reminds me of the Quest 2 a little bit, but I like it. It's a good build. The three protruding cameras right there. Looks pretty cool. Whoa, okay. Now that's different. I did remember saying that the 3S has Fresnel lenses instead of the pancake lenses. Alright, let's start with first thoughts on the build quality. The Touch Plus controllers, exactly the same thing, except mine does not have a wristband. So, moving on. The headset itself, like I said, it's much more blocky than the Quest 3. The Quest 3, you can see it's more rounded, more unified, but I feel like it does have the same like airflow. You can see the little line around the perimeter, and same on Quest 3 as well. I think that's where the airflow is coming from, so not that bad of a design. Looking back towards the lenses, we see that the Quest 3 does have the pancake lenses, the new ones, and the Quest 3S is back to the old Fresnel lenses, which is on the same thing as the Quest 1 that I did review in the last Quest 3 video. These ones, I'm sure that they have like a way to adjust the lenses, but the only way I can find it is just by moving the actual lens itself. This is 3-point IAD adjustments, which is just like 1, 2, and then 3. That's how you adjust the lenses. Whereas this one, there's a little scroll wheel at the bottom, and you can just like adjust to any point your eyes desire. Yeah, so those are the optics. Refresh rate is kind of the same. The Quest 3 is like total in the display as for 4K, so 2K per eye. The Quest 3S, I think it's slightly lower. I think it's like 1/800 by 1/900 per eye. Yeah, so high definition, slightly lower, but so far I think this one might take the cake, because purely it's the same thing, almost the same thing as this, slightly lower quality, but it's $300. Compare that to $500. Seriously. The field of view is slightly lower to 96 degrees, whereas this one is 110 degrees of freedom. I don't really see that being a big change, but when I start playing games on this, I'm definitely gonna look into it. Looking back at the build, I think that there's the same amount of cameras as the Quest 3. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cameras on the outside. There's a new action button, which you can switch between VR and AR in the home screen. I think you can change what the action button can do, or it's because I'm thinking about Apple's action button. You probably can't, but hey, it's still pretty cool. There's a power button, USB-C charging, and no headphone jack. Yeah, the Quest 3 has a headphone jack, so oh well. Hey, modern technology, remove headphone jacks. The 3S starts at $300 at the base storage of 128 gigs. The 256 gigs is $400, and when I first bought the Quest 3 at 128 gigs, it was roughly around $400 to $500. I'm not sure because right now they are only selling the 512 gigabyte model. That one starts at $500. So I'm not sure. It's around $400 to $500. Both have the same 8 gigabyte memory, same chip, the Snapdragon XR2 Gen 2 chip. Battery life, according to Meta's compare models section, this one has 2.5 hours and this one has 2.2 hours, which kind of makes sense. This one has to process a lot more stuff. This one does not really have to. All of the digital stuff, the mixed reality, virtual reality, augmented reality, the hand tracking, all the ergonomics of playing on it is pretty much the same. To be honest, $300 for basically almost the same thing as this is a very good deal. Very good. Overall, the Quest 3S is very good for the price, and I mean very good. Almost as similar to this, but just drop down $200 if you're gonna get the 128 gigabyte model. This is very good for a person who wants to start off VR for a low price. But right now I am judging on the quality. So how is the experience like? And can it compare to the Quest 3? Let's find out. All right, let's boot this thing on and try it on. First impressions, doesn't really feel that different. Only thing I noticed is that it creates more surface contact with my face. Probably because it's more bulkier and bigger. All right, first thing I immediately notice is the FOV is slightly lower. I see like I'm looking through like a box cutout instead of like the Quest 3's actual oval normal eyesight. This one I just feel like I'm looking through a rectangle. But anyways, it's the camera. No! Anyways, let's check this out. Wait. Are these dead? Really? Oh my god, I gotta replace the batteries. Alright, just got myself some new batteries. The controllers are working now. Alright. Let's test out some gameplay real quick. This time we're going to test out Beat Saber demo because I'm not going to drop another $30 on a full game. The Meta Quest 3, I do have a full game, but we're just going to test it out. Let's test out the feel of this. This is why I took off my wristbands. So slow. Hey, but that's what you get when you play the demo. Audio is actually pretty good. It's either slightly better or just as the same as the Quest 3. It's got... The bass is pretty punchy. After this, I will compare it to the Quest 3. Seeing what's the difference with playing the most loved game or most well-known game in VR. It's too easy. It's too easy. And if you're wondering why I couldn't use the same account that I have, well, I just can't. One thing I don't like about the eye adjustment is that once you put it on, you kind of have to test it yourself. That's kind of annoying. Because then if it's wrong, then you would have to take off the whole headset, switch it up. You'd have to switch it up. I mean, the good thing there is 3, otherwise there would be way too much to go through, but this is just not really it. Currently, it feels the exact same. Let me just compare it with the Quest 3 real quick. Oh, wow. That is light. I've been playing this thing for so long, I forgot how light this thing is. Dang. Dude, it feels like I have no headset on me right now. It's so light. Alright, let's make it harder this time. Good thing I didn't test this on a more bulkier headset. I was wrong about the speakers. The speakers sound so much more clearer over here. Alright, well, if you really care about comfort, go for the Quest 3. That thing is so light. And yes, it might sound weird because I've been using that thing for almost 2 years now. But right after using it from the 3S, there's a big old weight difference. Actually, never mind. I don't mean the weight. I meant the protrusion of the headset. The center of mass is not really ideal, but this feels so much better than this. The 3 is significantly heavier, but the center of gravity and mass also, you know, defeats the purpose of weight. Alright, now I'm gonna go beyond the controllers and see how does hand tracking hold up. Hand tracking is solid. Dang. Even when I'm moving fast. Oh, okay, not too fast. It's around the same performance as the Quest 3. I want to test out this HD quality. Oh, they call it spatial, okay. Last time when I use it, it says 360, but this time it says spatial. Let's try this. Ads. Alright. For an HD quality video, I don't know. It sort of looks the same and also slightly lower than the Quest 3. Oh man, this headset is heavy. Alright, let's check out the mixed reality functions of this thing. Switched controllers? Okay. I'm not playing the First Encounters game. I don't want to take too much time. You said objects. I'm gonna put in a chair. Let's see how that is. Just rotate it. Rotate it right like that. I think I set my floor too high. No, whatever. I'm gonna say this right now. There's like zero difference between this and the Quest 3. That's shocking for $300. Same mixed reality functions. I thought it was going to be like some slight difference, but no, it's like spot on. Reaction time is crazy good. Responsiveness is crazy good. Only thing that's a little bit downgraded is the audio, but forget about that and you have an amazing headset. And multitasking, basically no difference at all. Kind of makes sense. Basically almost the same exact machines, just one is gonna take a toll on your bank account and one is not. Like, this is almost crazy. I should have waited for the 3S. Nah, maybe I shouldn't. I've already got the 3. Yeah, okay, I can kind of see the quality difference. I'm seeing a little bit more pixels on the screen than the Quest 3, which is fine. I mean, take a look back at the Quest 1. I mean, oh my god, those were good times back in the day. Times were so good back in the day that I didn't realize that the Quest would have that many pixels. And now look at these, through 4K screens. What is up, guys? Excluding the Quest 3, the volume is pretty good. Summertime, so now I'm back to my regular upload schedule. And volume is pretty good for a beginner headset. My new studio. Wait, what? This is... Welcome to my studio 2.0. Is that really 480p? One of the big noticeable... Hold on. The upgrades you see is the... They look the exact same. What the hell is YouTube doing? The tempered Apple, of course, it looks a lot. Anyway. Oh, okay. Enough of that. Shut off foundation. Alright, just finished up playing with the Quest 3S for a little bit, and I gotta say, amazing. Zero difference with the Quest 3. Sound was good, quality was good. This thing is holding up strong. But now, it's time for the next segment. Now that it has been several months since the Quest 3S's release, and a lot of people are now pitching in their reports on the experience with it, what type of impacts have the Quest 3S made? Let's check it out. Starting with the positives. Now, these positives I've already said many times. Budget-friendly next-gen VR headset, $200, XR2 Gen 2 chip. It's amazing. And this is how they drive more customers into the mixed reality experience at a more affordable point. And instead of intriguing developers like Apple's Vision Pro, this one intrigues more casual players, people who just want to have a sit back, relaxing experience with virtual reality or augmented reality. This is a very good starting point to start off with. And with driving more customers, there will be more revenue. Meta Reality Labs has reported in that on the fourth quarter of 2024, it received over $1.08 billion in revenue. And that attracted Wall Street as well to respond to them positively about what they have achieved. And this headset also maintained the quarter 4 performance of Meta, which is around 84% in the market shares, which is up from around 64% in quarter 3. And it's also moving ahead from the competitors. All right, now it's time for the negatives. Even though that the Quest 3S received $1 billion in revenue, it actually received weaker demands than expected. And that kind of makes sense because the Quest 3 has been around for a while. And that basically changed the entire VR perspective. And this just kind of is the downgrade version of the Quest 3. So no one really wants to buy this, even though if they already have this. But this is still very good if you don't have any VR headset at all. This is like a good starting point. But a lot of people already have the Quest 3. They're not looking forward to downgrading, they're looking forward to upgrading. And current speculation shows that people are now looking forward to AR glasses, kind of like the Meta Orion prototype glasses, which they also revealed alongside with the Quest 3S. So my personal takeaway is the Quest 3 is very good to start off VR, AR, mixed reality, metaverse, all that stuff. But it's just not really a good upgrade. It's not a really good game changer in the market. Overall, this whole experience with the Quest 3S was amazing. Experience was amazing for a starter budget headset. And really, it's a really good headset to start off with. I honestly can't believe it fit all of this technology into $300. So if you're looking to get one and you're starting off and you're trying to start off VR, go for it. This is an amazing headset. But if you just have the Quest 2 or Quest 1 and you are looking for an upgrade, then I would lean more towards the Quest 3. It has more better current technology than this, even though this is also very good. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.